The following is a special presentation of Extreme eSpeed TV, your new home for everything iRacing and eSpeed.
Trucking in Mohawk, Tennessee is family owned and operated, and their main goal is to always please their customers and deliver their freight in a timely manner. If you need it hauled and you're in East Tennessee, the number you need is 423-393-4229. That's 423-393-4229. Dyer Trucking's also on Facebook. Pick up the phone and give Brad and his family a call today. Dyer Trucking. If you need it, they can get it. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Extreme eSpeed TV as the Pro Late Model Dirt Series is back in action here in late June as we head to Cedar Lake Speedway for tonight's USA 75. As always, I am Travis Piercefield, joined up here in the booth as always with Adam Johnson. And Adam, we've had some time off. We're back in action here before another break, but here in the middle of summer, it wouldn't be bad for any of these drivers to pick up a victory.
No, it wouldn't. And it was said best on the Facebook page. Let's celebrate America, and we will do so tonight for the USA 75. We're not going to be racing in July, so let's let the fireworks happen tonight. It's going to be a great night. I'm looking at a field right now on my screen of about 15 drivers, so a few more could trickle in, but you're getting a good look there. Nice little high rise right there, getting a beautiful look at the sky. The sun is setting, and we're at the lake tonight. June 26th, we're glad you're with us here on Extreme eSpeed TV. We got 75 great laps for you, and we're going to see if any sort of shakeup in the standings can happen. Very, very unlikely and darn near impossible for Dylan Perry to lose that number 1 seed in the points. But behind them, there's a lot of movement that could happen. Brandon Combs and Brandon Marlowe. Brandon and Brandon just separated by 13 points for second place. So keep an eye on that. Of course, we'll have Jacob Laster and Kenny Haight, the rookie, represent for that class, trying to see if they can crack the top 3 as well. So you're getting a look at the stands right now. Some fans are beginning to file in, but I'll let you know, you guys are locked in and ready for one heck of a night. This is a series regular on the schedule, and it looks like we're getting a good look there at the 116 of Dawson Lowe about to head out, and behind him, Andy Piercefield.
As you see, the guys starting to get ready to hit the track here in Houston Guttering time trials, of course, setting the field for our carrier heat races tonight.
That's right, and you'll see that 116, the rookie of Dawson Lowe, heading out there right now from Knoxville, Tennessee, with Integra Shocks and Bruce Built Performance, that BMF race car and Eagle Racing engine. Always good to see some rookies, and I do want to give a shout out to our rookie class as well in a moment, but it looks like you've got Andy Piercefield out there.
Andy Piercefield from in that 75 from Muir, Michigan. Extreme eSpeed TV, Evans Air Conditioning, Arizona Sport Shirts, Piercefield Media Group on that Masterbuilt race car. As the times start coming in.
Yeah, and I do want to let you know the Rookie of the Year standings, it's Kenny Haight as the rookie who leads that with the AC Custom Graphics out of Saylorsville, Kentucky. Kendrick Hicks behind him and Tyler Benefield third. It looks like Lowe puts down the quickest time, just edging out Andy Piercefield with 13.4 flat. We'll see if they can improve their speed next time by.
I'm sure that's not the first time a guy edges out another for top speed here, as we've got a competitive field, as you mentioned, about 15 cars here tonight.
Yeah, and we're far from finished right now here on Extreme eSpeed TV. Just beginning. Pent-up demand for a lot of you, I know, been asking when the broadcast would return. Well, we are here after a little hiatus, missing the last race. I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of the results from that last race. Brandon Combs and Brandon Marlowe, your top two. So Dylan Perry, a third place finish, still ended up on the podium, but a rare non-win for Mr. Perry. It looks like we're going to get Josh Van Westen possibly rolling out here in just a moment.
As Josh Van Westen moves out onto the track. Josh from Harrisburg, South Dakota. FRC Motorsports. That's an FRC chassis and engine.
And the man that needs no introduction, but we'll give it to him anyway. Our 2022 and 2023 champion from Ringgold, Georgia, Dylan Perry. Repping Evans Air Conditioning, Extreme eSpeed TV, Piercefield Media Group, that CVR race car chassis and Phantom Race engine. He's got a lot of wins. All you need to know is he's got the most in series history, and it's a good chance he could get another one tonight. Look at that Chrome 7 on there, and looking pretty sharp as Perry snags that lead from Weston.
Of course, thanks to everyone tuning in tonight. One of our most vocal viewers, Joseph in Memphis, tuning in as always. As Dylan Perry will claim that top spot with his time. Currently a 13.16 ahead of Van Westen, a 13.27.
Evan Hinkle, the rookie from Barberville, Kentucky, joining us with Smith's Gutters and Siding, Keltner's Contracting, Smith Sealing, and Newton Cattle Farms. That Longhorn chassis and Hendren race engine. Got a couple top fives in his career, and it looks like you've got a guy who's got a pretty lengthy career of accomplishments.
It's that 182 of Tater Tot Williams as he's out on the track clocking his time. Last time we were on air, it was a typical Tater Perry battle which would not be surprised to see that again here tonight as he shoots up to second. Evan Hinkle, third fastest, 13:21. Williams and Hinkle actually the same exact time here. As Hinkle makes his final go at it, see if he's able to improve. And he will settle into that third spot. Tater Williams will end up second fastest, 13:21. Oh, and the time comes in. He'll move up to P1, 13:14.
Almost gave a heart attack to some of our broadcast partners nearby, but we're very used to seeing Williams and Perry side by side.
Now from Benton, Missouri, Brandon Marlowe in that 37, Hot Lap Heroes Racing, Tintec Seamless Guttering, Crow Trucking, Capital Race Car. As he'll be third fastest, 13:19.
7 drivers down. Looks like we could have about 8 more, so nearing the halfway point here in Cedar Lake Houston Guttering Time Trials.
As he'll pull on off into the pit area there. And that will complete 7 cars as we'll move on to the next group here.
That'll be another rookie, Hayden Swaney from Chatsworth, Georgia, with DPR, Chip Bangers Racing, Twisted Race Engines, I need a Twisted T, CVR Race Car Chassis, and Twisted Performance on the inside. Got a couple of top 10s in his career.
Also on the track is that 69 machine of Aiden Young from Dalton, New Hampshire, Young Gun Creations, The Farm Store, Gambler Motorsports Longhorn Chassis. Of course, Aiden has 1 career victory here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Came early in our first year of partnership on broadcast down in Volusia, as he will fly off there into the pits. Hayden Swaney right behind him. Hayden Swaney 6th fastest, 13:31. Aiden Young right behind him, 13:34.
Yeah, and I think what's most amazing is we saw during hot laps an absolute, crash by Tater Williams as he tried to pull off. He hit the tires, and looks like they made some adjustments that worked. Also working hard tonight is that 224 of Tyler Benefield from Huntsville, Alabama, with Dylan Perry Racing, Foskey Illustrations, Rapid Race Graphics, Huffman Tire, Chip Bangers Racing, and that Bob Pierce race car, and Phantom Race Engine. It's got 1 top 5 finish.
Also on the track, another rookie. It's Kenny Haight, Benton, Louisiana, Hot Lap Heroes, Crow Trucking, Tintec, Seamless Gutters, iRacing, iFlag, Marco's, Moose Ranch, Hair Care Tire Center. As he is 5th fastest currently, 13:23, with Tyler Benefield 9th fastest, 13:34. Another OG driver, that's the 51 of Jacob Lasser from Dresden, Tennessee. Team Hot Lap Heroes, Larson Logistics, Crow Trucking, Tintec, Rayburn Race Cars. 2 victories. He is currently tied with the most starts, 87, and also is the leader for most top 10s in series history with 70.
Another rookie, Kendrick Hicks, out there from Willard, Kentucky, with Econo Cool, Shane Bailey Racing, Bernie Racing Solutions, and Michael Boggs Photography, with Schwartz by SBR Chassis and Hendren Race Engine on the inside. It looks like we've got maybe just a couple cars left to go, but 13 up, 13 down. Tater Williams still your top dog.
Another OG driver. It's the 28, Brandon Combs from Cincinnati, Ohio. Super Dirt Car Series, Chip Banger Racing, B&B Custom Baits. Extreme eSpeed TV on that big pimpin' race car by Perry. 6 career wins here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series.
And now rolling out there, the number 1 of Colin Boyles, Decatur, Illinois, based with Trimby and Sons Concrete Building Systems of Illinois, Rich DPC, Vortex Wraps, and Logitech. He's got that Longhorn chassis and Vic Hill Racing engine, a couple of top 5 finishes in his series career.
$15 up, 15 down, 1 to go, and it is the number 3 of Cody Early, the director, in that beautiful orange and white Hooters late model. Of course, he comes to us from Greenville, Tennessee. Bass Pro Shops, Hoosier Racing Tires, Oakley Sunglasses, Bowman Designs, and of course Hooters on the sides of that Savage chassis. Or I'm sorry, a BMF race car. That's a Vic Hill race engine for Cody Early as well. As Tater Williams looks to just beat out Brandon Combs. Same times over there on the tower to the left. Scoring has the 100th is the difference between those two, as Cody is currently 15th fastest, a 13:45.
And Cody bounces up to 13th.
And that will complete Houston Guttering Time Trials, as Tater Williams will be your quick time here at Cedar Lake tonight. And that will get us prepared and set for those carrier heat races coming up next. Here from Cedar Lake Speedway for tonight's USA 75. As our qualifying session looks to wrap up, we will move on to carrier heat race number 1.
That's right, carrier heat race number 1. Soon to begin. Looks like we may have, depending on how many out there, probably 3 tonight. That first one will be led by Tater Williams and Brandon Marlowe. Behind them, Josh Van Weston and Hayden Swaney. And Cody Early and Colin Boyles rounding out row 3. All drivers now on the track. Our pace truck, led by Leadfoot Larry, about to head out now. So they'll roll out there right now. Already well into the evening on a beautiful summer night. Sun is set. It's kind of that dusk period. Look at that, getting some stuff on or off the tires. Marlowe rolling up there. Side by side is how they'll start. Pace truck lights are off. He should pull off here in a moment. We should be good to go from Cedar Lake.
As the lights go out. Green flag set to wave here as carrier heat race number 1 underway. That's Tater Williams. Marlowe off into turn number 1. A good jump there for Tater as he slides up in front of Marlowe. Marlowe looks to cross him over. Nothing there as quickly. 1 lap into this carrier heat race. It's side by side at the line.
Side by side indeed. Tater, oh, just edging out and getting in front of Brandon Marlowe. They're going to do a few crossovers, I have to imagine, but don't let Hayden in third fall asleep on you either.
So Tater Williams able to hold on to that lead and secure it for now. As you see the tip of the nose of Marlowe's 37 slide right across the back of that 182. 5 laps to go. Tater Williams out front. As you've got to go back to Colin Voiles, Cody Early side by side for that 5th position.
And they're giving each other some respectable space, I guess you could say, from that 1-2 spot, 3-4. They're all kind of in pockets right now, and I mean you saw Voiles kind of brush the Hooters. So a little bit of a brush up there. Who's that? 2 into the wall. And play will go. There's our caution.
So caution flag waves, 3 laps to go. It was Van Westen and Hayden Swaney. It looked like Swaney got into the wall there over at the exit of turn number 2. No place for him to go as we'll line him back up, get ready to go here with 3 laps to go in carrier heat race number 1.
So kind of began this night with some good back and forth between Tater and Brandon. I'd like to see if they can kind of continue that kind of back and forth momentum as we get back to green. And when we get back to green, pace truck lights still on though. You see flagman Freddie holding that yellow up still. Tater keeping those tires active.
So Tater Williams out to the lead here quickly in this one. Green flag waves. Tater Williams will get us back to racing action here at Cedar Lake. A good jump for him on this restart. Able to separate by 0.6 of a second over Brandon Marlowe. Cody Early now up into that 3rd spot. Of course, this will set the field for that feature event tonight. Tater Williams looking to claim that pole position. Brandon Marlowe there in 2nd, Cody Early 3rd. One last look for Marlowe, nothing there. Tater Williams wins. Marlowe 2nd, Cody Early in 3rd.
This could be a big night for Tater Williams, but until then, we'll roll on to carrier heat race number 2. And carrier heat race number 2 will be led by Brandon Combs and Evan Hinkle. Behind them, Tyler Benefield and Kendrick Hicks, with Dawson Lowe rounding out the rear.
So Brandon Combs, Evan Hinkle, ready to kick off this carrier heat race number 2. Our 2nd of 3 carrier heat races tonight. 2 by 2 they come out of turn number 4. Green flag, set to wave. Hinkle Combs off into turn number 1. Hinkle will stack him up there in that second spot as he slides up in front of Hicks there. Combs now able to separate almost a second lead here as we come to 6 laps to go. So Brandon Combs out front makes his way. 5 laps to go, a dominating performance here in Carrier Heat Race number 2 for that 28 machine. Hinkle in second. Dawson, Lowe, and Benefield were side by side for a moment, as now Lowe will take over that 4th position.
Not as close of a battle up front, though, as what we saw with Tater and Brandon Marlowe, but still doesn't mean it's bad racing. Look at him get up high, higher than I think we saw a lot of the guys in that first heat race run.
As Hinkle way up against that wall, trying to find something up there as he's running out of time. 2 laps to go. Checkered flag waves. Brandon Combs, Carrier Heat Race number 2 winner. Evan Hinkle second. Kendrick Hicks, Dawson Lowe, and Tyler Benefield will round out the field. And there's the checkered flag. Still Brandon Combs over Evan Hinkle. As that will do it for Carrier Heat Race number 2. Now we move on to Carrier Heat Race number 3.
And Carrier Heat Race number 3 will be led by our back-to-back defending champ Dylan Perry, side by side with the rookie Kenny Haight. Behind them, Jacob Lassiter and Aiden Young, with Andy Piercefield rounding out the rear and rounding out our Carrier Heat Race action tonight.
Got it. So Dylan Perry, Kenny Haight looking to lead us to green here in our 3rd and final Carrier Heat Race tonight.
Want to give a shout out from Memphis, Tennessee right now. Joey Garrison watching. I know he's playing Pogs.
As we are underway here, Dylan Perry able to jump out front. Kenny Haight in that 2nd position. Lassiter in 3rd. Single file here quickly in this Carrier Heat Race. Looking a lot like Carrier Heat Race number 2 right now. Haight looking to the inside of Dylan Perry. Oh, contact made.
Ooh.
Dylan Perry will hold on. Haight still battling there into the inside as Lassiter watches on from 3rd.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to shake the defending champ. And honestly, what I think that does to Dylan, I think he likes a little bit of competition, a little bit of, controversy. I think he wants them to bump and grind a little bit and get them fired up.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Is Dylan Perry out front. Lassiter now moves into that 2nd spot. Lassiter hard charging there through 3 and 4. 2 laps remaining.
flag is out. Dylan Perry 1 lap away.
Dylan Perry leads them down the backstretch for the final time here in a carrier heat race. Out of turn number 4, Dylan Perry, your heat race number 3 winner. Lassiter second, Haight third, Young fourth, Piercefield in fifth.
Oh, and a brutal crash there at the end. End of the tires.
Looked like that was Jacob Lassiter. As we will go to our pre-race festivities, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have tonight's national anthem.
This is the premier podcast for late model dirt track racing. This is Forward Bite, hosted by superfan and actual know-it-all Kyle Armstrong on the Speed Sport Podcast Network.
Welcome back to another edition of the Forward Bite Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Armstrong.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, SpringRithm. SpringRithm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. SpringRithm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using SpringRithm.
Dyer Trucking in Mohawk, Tennessee is family owned and operated, and their main goal is to always please their customers and deliver their freight in a timely manner. If you need it hauled and you're in East Tennessee, the number you need is 423-393-4229. That's 423-393-4229. Dyer Trucking's also on Facebook. Pick up the phone and give Brad and his family a call today. Dyer Trucking. If you need it, they can get it. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Cedar Lake Speedway as we get ready for tonight's USA 75. We'll now present today's pre-race. And with that, we will head off for one more quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have tonight's pre-race commentary on tonight's USA 75. Welcome back to Cedar Lake Speedway as we have tonight's USA 75 here for the latest chapter in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series powered by Extreme eSpeed TV. Adam, we had the heat races. We had some dominating performances there. Jumping to the top of my mind's Brandon Combs and, of course, Dylan Perry. Who's somebody else that may show up and wreck their party here for a victory tonight? Well, very quickly, cars are headed out to the track gridding here as Tater Williams Brandon Combs will be on that front row. As Adam, you've got our starting lineup for tonight's USA 75.
Hello. Row 3 of Evan Hinkle and Jacob Lassiter. Row 4, Cody Early and Kendrick Hicks. Row 5, rounding out the top 10, Kenny Haight and Colin Voiles. Just outside the top 10, row 6 will be Dawson Lowe and Aiden Young. A couple of rookies in row 7, Josh Van Weston and Tyler Benefield. And rounding out the rear in the final row, Andy Piercefield and Hayden Swaney.
So there we start rolling here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Tater Williams, Brandon Combs, Dylan Perry, Brandon Marlowe, the front 2 rows here to get us started. We've seen some long green flag runs here during this 2024 season. Be interested to see how it plays out here tonight. Cars are revved up, ready to get back to racing action here. It's been 3 weeks since our last Extreme eSpeed TV Pro Late Model Dirt Series, and then we're off the rest of the month of July, so no need to save anything here tonight at Cedar Lake as they make their way down the backstretch here. Great crowd as always for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Everyone on Extreme eSpeed TV, thanks for tuning in. Joey Garrison, money on a dark horse tonight as the green flag waves and lap number 1 gets underway here at Cedar Lake.
That's right, and like a rocket, those two at the top, Perry and Williams, a pair we're used to seeing in years past. Like nothing's changed, and I'll tell you what though, Brandon Combs trying to get into the mix as well, but Perry holding that inside line. If he can get the grip, I think he can get a car length in front of Williams, but Tater's holding on to everything that's up there.
Tater Williams was quick to jump up in front of Combs in that outside line. That opened that inside line for Dylan Perry, and he took advantage of it. He's a bottom feeder here in this series as he is down low to the inside normally earlier than everybody else, and that's what he does here to pick up that second position early.
Yeah, I mean, almost going horizontal at some points. He's got that lead just by a nose, and I think he may have him cleared, and he does. And, man, that is just a veteran move by Perry. Even when he got the lead, you know, a car length in front of Tater Williams, he still is choosing that lower lane. That's interesting.
So up front, they'll separate. Back in the field, though, some great side-by-side racing. This is Colin Voiles and Cody Early. As Dawson Lowe looks to the middle there, that door closes, so he'll fall in line behind Cody Early. Moving up here quickly in this one, Kendrick Hicks up 3 spots from 8th to 5th in just 7 laps, so he's trying to get some movement here early. As close racing all the way around the Cedar. Oh, and Cody Early in the wall. There goes a tire!
Oh, a tire this early for Early.
So Cody Early will bring out our first caution of the night.
And you'd hate to see the Hooters out this early.
As he will head to that work area to get worked on. Tyler Benefield also caught up into that one in the work area here. As very quickly, 7 laps in to the 75 lap event, as looking, currently it is Kendrick Hicks, our Buttkicker hard charger here early, up 3 spots into the top 5.
Yeah, and we've been kind of notorious for seeing wheels come off. And that was probably as early as you can expect it. Not even 10 laps in. We got ourselves a fun night tonight. Look at that reflective 7 there for Perry. Man, that looks good no matter the lighting. So that summer internship for little brother Andy, working on affixing tires to the wheels, might not be his career, but always good to learn during an internship. Getting that college credit.
Alright, and now all cars out on the track. So we should be headed back to action here momentarily. As there's Tyler Benefield making his way around the track, so that will get us back ready to go to racing action.
75 laps tonight on Extreme eSpeed TV. Dylan Perry is not your defending race winner in this series. That belongs to Brandon Cohn. With Brandon Marlowe finishing second in that race on June 5th.
2x2. Green flag waves. We're back to racing action at Cedar Lake. Great racing action behind that P7 machine here. 3 wide for the third spot as Evan Hinkle will come out on top. Great racing action all the way around the track here. You see Jacob Lassiter, part of a 4-wide battle.
Man, Combs and Hinkle trading places third and fourth and third. They continue to go back and forth, and you're right, a lot of 2 and 3 wide, almost 4 wide there in the middle of the pack, and we may need to, at some point, get the in-car camera. I know little cousin Joseph loves the in-car camera. Passenger princess himself.
As you can see, that is Kendrick Hicks still in that 5th position, trying to work on that 11 machine of Evan Hinkle. Dylan Perry still leading out front. As you can see, Aiden Young in a heck of a battle there with Brandon Marlowe and Lassiter. That's a battle for the 6th position.
Yeah, we're at lap 15. A lot of these guys look to be pressing hard. I don't see much tire conservation really happening just yet. So Aiden Young holding that outside lane right now. Perry Williams still your top 2. Combs and Hinkle, at least for the moment, have stopped flip-flopping, as they've kind of fallen into their rhythm as well. You see Lowe moving up. Oh, Lassiter takes it right back just inside the top 10. Weston is the 10th place car. Approaching 20 laps down from Cedar Lake. Just the one caution so far. Sure we'll see another. There's been some races recently that have had more than we're used to kind of seeing, but these drivers look to have gotten their feel as Perry retakes his lead. Weston moves up from 10th to 9th to 8th. Like I said, the rookie's going to have to represent tonight, but as of now, we'll only see 2 in the top 10.
So starting to get some separation here on the track now. Closest battle is this Kenny Haight battle, as he's to the inside of Cody Early and Andy Piercefield. Up front, it's still Dylan Perry, 21 laps into this one, almost inching closer to that 1/3 of the way complete here.
Perry keeping that chrome clean right now as Tater Williams kind of hawking him from behind, just He's in second right now, so he's kind of just hawk-tooing his way to the front. Oh, almost gets there.
And you can see the tail end of that field is not that far ahead. As you see Colin Voiles there. We'll go to that blimp view. There's Colin Voiles. Right there's your leader at the exit of turn number 2. So Dylan Perry, Tater Williams, as we have seen and as we talked about, quickly making their way around here, working lap number 25 of 75.
Really cool that we got Captain Sully to do some of these flyovers for us. And he may land in that river in the center of this infield at some point.
Kendrick Hicks up another spot while trying to hold on to it. Evan Hinkle battles back on the inside as Kendrick Hicks into the top 4.
Man, these guys are using every bit of the track. A lot of times you may get to situations where it's almost follow the leader, but that is not the case right now. Every bit of this track is being used up, and I don't necessarily have a good feeling of what's the best advantage. You get a great in-car view there from Aiden Young trying to chase down Josh Van Westen. You got to think, at least in this series, it's usually Jordan Van Westen, and so, man, look at that beautiful view. All that dirt getting kicked up. Aiden not used to racing against Josh, at least in this series, so trying to kind of learn it as his car just gets pelted continuously by that dirt.
Great new camera on the nose of Aiden Young. Little brother Andy was on his hands and knees installing that earlier this afternoon.
Always cool when you can use the birthday present you got, that GoPro. Looks really nice. But it's still Perry and Williams getting closer to some lap traffic, our longest green flag run of the night.
As we do have Cody Early has made some contact. He's into the work area. Hayden Swaney off the track on lap number 7, runs in the 16th position.
A little crossover right there. Perry taking it back from Williams.
Colin Voiles in that 14th spot is 3 laps down. So that is one of the first cars they're coming up to here now. As a slide job here for the lead, Dylan Perry will take that spot back. As we're closer and closer to that halfway mark, of course, if a caution comes out after that halfway mark, there is no getting that lap back. So if this does stay green and you go a lap down, Adam, you're going to have to earn it back the hard way.
Thanks, Larry McReynolds, for that rulebook knowledge. You have to keep the vortex theory in play as we've got some dark clouds looming. Don't think we're going to get any raindrops, though. Yeah, and you're seeing that that lap traffic, it will become a factor. You got Andy Piercefield trying his best to keep pace right now with, looks like Voiles, who's already a lap down.
Andy Piercefield running in that 13th spot. Dylan Perry, Tater Williams right behind him. Great camera view here from on the inside of the infield. Dylan Perry able to hold onto that lead as of now, working lap number 40. As they continue to cross it over back and forth. This has allowed Brandon Combs to re-enter the picture. He's a half a second behind this battle for the lead. As Tater Williams gets into the wall, that might be an opening for Brandon Combs.
Yeah, we saw Tater make a similar mistake a few races ago. Don't want to see that affect his great run tonight, but losing that momentum on Perry. At 116, you had a chance to look there. Now we're looking at the 224 of Benefield, who's getting past, battling back and forth with Josh Van Westen. Our hard charger right now, though, Dawson Lowe, up 5 spots.
Moved up from the 11th spot to the 6th spot here with coming to 30 laps to go.
Top 5 be doing wonders for him, and he's got that terrifying scheme on the front of his car.
As Dylan Perry, Tater Williams continue to do battle, they'll work around that 75 machine of Andy Piercefield. Now they've got the 3-lap down car of Colin Boyles up ahead. All the way up to that outside wall. They're through 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's continuing to put a lot of green flag laps on these guys right now. You know, you have a quick caution, 7 or 8 laps in. Don't always expect you're going to run, 30, 40 plus straight. And there is our caution. So we'll reset everyone right now. Dylan Perry still your leader. Looks like that might have been a Josh Van Westen crash. So that momentum that he had gained brings him back outside the top 10.
So lap number 48, our second caution will come out. A great run of green flag laps there. And it looks like Josh Van Westen was caught up into that one. That will move Andy Piercefield up into the 12th spot, 1 lap down. 11 cars on the lead lap.
So we'll reset the deck right now. We are about to run green. Just about a third of the race still to go. A lot of action here on Extreme eSpeed TV, and we are glad that you are joining us. It is Perry Williams taking it right back in front of Combs, and it looks to once again be the Perry Williams show. For a moment, Combs could have had a chance, and not to say he won't, but the top dog's taking over again. Excuse me.
As the front 4 were nose to tail down the front stretch there. Now they spread out as they go through 1 and 2. Dylan Perry continues to lead. Tater Williams following right in his tracks. Brandon Combs has settled in nicely in that 3rd spot, and then the 4th on back is where it gets congested. You can see Lassiter looking to the inside of Evan Hinkle, Marlowe, Dawson, Lowe all battling for position. 25 laps to go, and they're viewing this restart as an opportunity to pick up some ground. Dylan Perry continues to lead. Got spaced out here quickly on this one. 2 by 2 here, middle of the pack though. Lassiter to the inside of Hicks. Hinkle, Marlowe, Lassiter stack it up there on the inside. That allows Aiden Young to look to the outside and try to grab an opportunity.
2 sets of 3 wide racing taking place right now. 22 to go. We're getting a good look at that 69 machine up 5 spots right now. He is your hard charger.
So Aiden Young now up into the 7th position, looking for more here. Marlowe and Hicks in front of him. Oh, it looks like Benefield has a... Oh, and he'll keep it going straight. A great save in the 224 by Benefield as he runs in the 11th spot. Out front, 19 laps to go. It's Dylan Perry. Taking no shots yet by Tater Williams.
He got these other guys behind Perry and Williams trying their best. You've got Marlowe and Lassiter. And just turning each and every time, just squeaking by.
So 16 laps to go as they have shaken up from third on back. Marlowe to the inside of Combs now. Combs had held down that position a majority of this one, but now he's under attack. As Marlowe inching ahead, as Combs will slap that wall there with the... And 14 to go. Very quickly moving through the 75-lap USA 75 here at Cedar Lake tonight.
That is correct. And yeah, it seems like, we've seen crazier things happen with far fewer laps remaining, but it feels like it's a battle for that third place spot. And, who's going to end up on this, much valued and much sought after podium? Well, I think we're going to find out here very shortly as we are getting closer to just 10 laps remaining from Cedar Lake. 75 glorious laps under the Midwest sun. So Perry, it almost looks like they're putting on the show for the fans. They know they've been in this story many times. As you see Tater kind of brush the wall once again. Not sure if he loses any momentum. If you look at those last laps, Marlowe does have a quicker time than both Tater and Dillon in front of him, but can he catch up? That's the hard part. It's one thing to be fast, but Perry's just so good at being defensive, and Williams as well.
So under 10 laps to go. Marlowe making his move up, picking up a bunch of ground, as you mentioned, Adam. Now working that inside line of Tater Williams, seeing how much more he can do. And now you see Dylan Perry jump down there to the inside. And this is quickly turned into a three-car battle for the lead with under 10 laps to go.
Yeah, three-way competition, and it's just, you don't know who's going to end up on top. Oh, man, you got Marlowe coming in low.
Six laps to go for Dylan Perry out front. As Marlowe's been able to pull his 37 machine in front of Dylan Perry.
He's now overtaken. Like I said, we've seen crazier things, but to let the cat out of the bag, this one's not over yet, as Marlowe now leads Williams.
Marlowe really making that inside line work. He's made his way all the way up here to the top three. Dylan Perry trying to hold it off with just 3 laps to go. Oh, caution flag. Looked like Andy Piercefield was in the wall there. We'll take a look at that replay.
I'm sure he'd rather us not.
As he makes his way through. Ooh, you can see a little wiggle there off the corner into that outside wall, and then down. Oh, there's the tire.
Oh, there's the tire. Still hanging on though, it looks like.
So we will have 3 laps to go here in this one from Cedar Lake with Dylan Perry, Brandon Marlowe, and Tater Williams, your top 3. Marlowe able to secure that second spot. Our Buttkicker Hard Charger Award currently going to Aiden Young, up 5 spots from 12th to 7th. As Dylan Perry looks to hold on to this for another victory.
It would extend his series leading wins total, and I'll tell you what, Tater Williams could get inching back closer as we restart single file. 2 to go now, brushing the wall, Dylan Perry, and it could be a Marlowe Perry battle with Williams a little bit behind, and laps are quickly fading away as we approach the white flag.
Down through the front stretch, white flag waves. Marlowe will look to the inside. Side by side down the back stretch, off to 3 and 4 for the final time. Dylan Perry will move down to try to slow down that momentum of Marlowe. At the line, it will be Dylan Perry just edging out Brandon Marlowe for the win. Tater Williams in third. What a great finish to this USA 75 here at Cedar Lake tonight.
Incredible run by this series. What do we have? 2, maybe 3 cautions, and as you see them place themselves on the podium, let's get some pyro firing.
As those unofficial results over there to your left. As always, we will talk to our top 3 finishers here on Extreme eSpeed TV. And Adam, I'll throw it down to you. You've got our 3rd place finisher. It's Tater Williams.
That's right, joined by Tater Williams. Once again, man, it's good to have you back, not only in the booth, but back on the podium. And, for the most part, it felt like you might be a 1-2 finish, whether it's you first or you second, but you slipped a little bit up to 3rd. How are you feeling about things as you kind of close out the night now?
I'm feeling really happy. I haven't raced much here lately, and we've just been focusing on real life stuff, and it's nice to come back and still show speed and battle with Dylan. It was fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
How this was kind of a race of segments. We had that really long green flag run, and like you said, you've raced many times with Dylan Perry just like that. And did it kind of feel like you're back in your zone when you're racing, kind of side by side with him? I'm sure the intensity maybe picked up as the race dwindled down, but that had to feel good to just be kind of in familiar territory again.
Oh, of course. I was there that last segment that we run. I was kind of kicking myself because I used up a bunch of tire on the slide jobs when we were sliding each other through the long green flag run, and I wish it would have stayed green. It would have been a really good race through lap traffic, but ultimately I just needed to clear myself a little more and try and get the lead from him right there. That way I didn't have to use up as much of my right rear.
Well, we got a little bit of time off in this series before the next set of races really close out this season. Are we going to be seeing you maybe in any more this season?
I'm not sure. I got a busy racing schedule this next couple weeks, so we'll just see how everything happens and hopefully don't tear the car up, and we'll see how everything goes.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, Tater, I want to give you a chance to shout out those partners.
Yes, sir. Got to thank Andy Piercefield for all he does, Chip Bangers Racing, Cody for putting on this deal and allowing me to come back in and race whenever I want. Just everybody that helps. Combs, he's been a tremendous help here lately, and just got to thank everybody.
Well, that is our 3rd place finisher, Tater Williams, as he comes home 3rd here at Cedar Lake tonight. Coming home 2nd is Brandon Marlowe. Brandon, a great run there at the finish. Those last 25 laps, car really came on. Walk us through your way to a 2nd place finish.
Yeah, it was definitely a good run there at the end. Just fortunate that caution came out after saving tires, and then was able to restart on the bottom, which is what I was hoping for, and was just able to keep rolling the bottom there, and just didn't need the caution with 2 to go, and I think we might have had a little bit better chance at it, but still definitely happy with 2nd.
What was the difference tonight? It looked like they're late in that one. You were able to move down to that inside and maybe run that line that a lot of others weren't or couldn't run there. Was that the difference in making up some ground there those final 20 laps?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helped, just being able to go down there and chip away at that bottom and make up time on those guys. I think I had just saving tires that first run. I think that came back at the end, just being able to have just a little bit more tire left to hold the bottom and not slide off in the center of the corner.
Well, great run tonight, Brandon. Who are those sponsors and those folks you want to give a shout out to?
I got to give a shout out to just all my Hot Lap Hero teammates, especially Kenny and Jacob. They both had good runs tonight, so shout out to them. Shout out to Kenny for the wrap on the car. Rattle Can Man Designs. Shout out to Cody for putting this league on, giving us a place to race, and you guys with the Extreme eSpeed TV always doing a great job on the broadcast.
Well, thank you, Brandon. Great run. It was a lot of fun watching you make up that ground there at the end, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
That's Brandon Marlowe, our second place finisher tonight, and now we'll head down to Victory Lane where Adam has our winner, Dylan Perry.
That's right, Dylan Perry back in Victory Lane after coming in third, I believe, in the last race behind the two Brandons. And Dylan, this was kind of a race where really an evening where you kind of had a good car. It looked fast. It looked really steady, no matter whether you were kind of down low or taking the high line. It looked like you were in a pretty comfortable zone tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially whenever me and Tater got to put on a show for a minute and swap sliders for a while. It felt like old times for sure, especially when I'm doing it for that long. But oddly enough, that's usually when I feel comfortable, is whenever we get to kind of throw down like that.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because we talked with Tater about how comfortable and how just, back at home it must have felt to be racing side by side with you. But even then, even when some other drivers were getting close to you, does it kind of almost wake you back up, or kind of wake the beast, for lack of a better term, when you're kind of running out front for a while and then you get a guy who kind of maybe bumps you or gets pretty close? Does it almost kind of refire you up in a sense?
Yeah, a little bit, because I try to stay where I push pretty hard, where I leave, or at least try to leave a little bit left in the tank, so if I have to go harder, I can. But tonight I was kind of going just about all that I had, and that right there at the end, I thought Marlo was going to get by me, because I used up a lot of tire early, and he had the bottom rolling. Went and tried it one time. It wasn't for me, so I went back up there, and that was kind of the bed that I made, and if he passed me on the bottom, then that was going to be more props to him.
Awesome. Well, once again, congrats on another win, extending your series win total lead. And before we let you go, I want to give you a chance to once again shout out those partners.
Yeah, first and foremost, always Andy Piercefield and his whole family for everything that they do for me on here and in real life. I've been fortunate enough to pick up a couple in real life this year and help just promote them a little bit more for everything that they've done. Evans Air Conditioning, Extreme eSpeed TV, Piercefield Media Group, CBR Race Cars, CV Used Cars and Parts, Newt's Lawn Care, MSW Construction, SHP Mafia, Dirt Chasers, Coyote Media, Phantom Race Engines, GFP, FHP, all the guys over at CBR that just, they helped me more than I could ever explain in words, and I definitely couldn't ask for a better group of guys to surround myself with. B&B Custom Bait, Home Cut, BPRC, just everybody that helped me week in and week out. I couldn't do it without them, and I wouldn't trade them for the world.
Awesome. Well, congrats once again, Dylan. Appreciate you taking the time, as always, to speak with us, and hopefully get to talk to you in a little bit after this little break in the season.
Thank you, and hopefully so.
And with that, another fun night of racing here in the Extreme eSpeed TV Pro Late Model Dirt Series comes to an end. It's Dylan Perry picking up the USA 75 victory here at Cedar Lake. As mentioned, we are off the rest of June and July, so we will be back with racing action in August. As always, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at a racetrack soon.
This copyrighted broadcast of Extreme eSpeed TV Network is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of the Extreme eSpeed TV Network is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.